Hey everyone, I'm back again with another r/relationship advice, and this one is titled, My neighbor tried to get me to cheat on my boyfriend and sleep with him. Why do I still want to be his friend? Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. I befriended my neighbor during quarantine. He offered me a muffin and invited me to his house. Somehow, I like his personality a lot. He's funny, open-minded, and a good conversationalist. He always presented himself in a paternal light, given that one of the first things he did was introduce me to his kids, who are close to me in age, because he thinks I seem lonely and wanted me to befriend them. He began helping me paint and renovate my apartment, which I thought of as incredibly kind and generous, but now I'm afraid was motivated by him being attracted to me. I have a boyfriend who I'm in a long-distance relationship with. I talk to my neighbor about him constantly, and I even introduced them on the phone. Anyway, one night after drinking and watching movies with my neighbor, he tried to sleep with me in the most poorly executed way imaginable. He offered me a massage, which I thought was non-ass, and then he pulled my pants down. I got up to leave and he pushed me against a wall and started kissing me. After I left, I called my mom to ask for advice. She called him without my permission and told him never to contact me again. Her words, not mine. His daughter called her back and said she was disappointed in him and that he wouldn't. My boyfriend told me he trusts me and I could deal with that situation however I like, but I could tell it would strain our relationship if I restarted the friendship. Since that day, I haven't interacted with my neighbor, but I can't help but miss him as a friend. Also, I've made zero progress on my apartment without his help. But I'm also worried we probably weren't friends at all and he just wanted to sleep with me and I fell for it. I feel like my mom took away my agency to maybe sit down and discuss it, but maybe there's nothing worth discussing. His kids probably think I'm weird. My mom verbally cascaded him, and my boyfriend feels threatened and offended. I might just be holding on to the illusion that I had forged a genuine friendship connection with someone who may just have seen me as attractive, naive, vulnerable, and alone. Should I maybe initiate a conversation with him again to at least gain some clarity, or just let it die? Would initiating a conversation with a guy who tried to sleep with me knowing full well I was in a relationship make my relationship look weak and only invite him to try again? And the first advice says, you missed a friendship. That is normal. But it is clear he had ulterior motives from the start. In addition, the way he tried to advance things was way too aggressive and borderline raid. You need to cut this guy off completely. It's totally understandable to miss that friendship. It sounds like it meant quite a bit to you, and with Cove, I can understand why it would be especially important. However, it's clear that your neighbor had a very different experience of that relationship and different aims. I don't think he will ever truly be the kind of friend you thought he was to you. I understand that having your mom make that decision and call for you takes away a lot of your closure. In the end, I think pursuing any kind of a friendship with this man would add stress to the relationship with your boyfriend and at worst possibly place you in a danger of assault. Not worth it. And the third advice says, just to clarify, you said that he pushed you to the wall and forcefully kissed you. If this is what happened, then this is a pretty disgusting pervert that assaulted you. He has a daughter that is about your age and he still decided to go through with coming on to you. How did you manage to get away from him if he pinned you to the wall? That moment alone should yell to you that he is a nothing but trouble. For your own safety, do not contact him. You should also consider putting security cameras around your apartment. Take your mom and boyfriend's advice and keep the necessary distance. If anything, consider filing a police report so he gets the message. It sucks. Cove is isolating all of us, but I assure you there are good people out there, and making friends with others will not be as hard as you think. I'm sure there are other good neighbors you can befriend. During quarantine, I have found that Zoom sessions with my college friends and virtual happy hours really lifted up my spirits. If you need help with your apartment, I really recommend looking at DIY videos on YouTube. Also, last QQ, how long is your boyfriend away for? Is it just a temporary trip? If it is, time will pass by fast, and trust me, you will be with the love of your life. Please think a little more deeply about the severity of this horrendous action. Don't try to justify it in any way. Stay safe, OP. Things will get better for you. And the fourth advice says, he sounds like a million other predatory men who coerce women into uncomfortable situations. Your story is type A for many, many women. Men, especially older men from past generations, do this all the time. He wanted to sleep with you, but he knew he would have to get you close to him to make that happen. He befriended you and took the opportunity when it came. In his mind, he isn't the bad guy, but in reality, he's predatory. And the fifth advice says, I'm not sure exactly how that moment when he made his move on you went, but it sounds like assault. You said you got up to leave, which is a clear non-verbal rejection, even if you didn't say no directly. And then he pushed you against the wall. That's not okay. Again, I don't know all the details, but it sounds like what happened was a lot worse than you seemed to think it was. If you hang out with him again, he will advance on you again, and you might not get away next time. And the sixth advice says, sounds like you just missed the companionship and having someone around to help. I wouldn't contact him unless you actually want to sleep with him. Judging by the way he went about things, that's borderline abuse, and you should be very careful being around him alone again. And the seventh advice says, do you want to hang out with him again? I mean, despite his age, do you enjoy the attention you're getting from him? You do realize that he crossed the line, right? So it's safe to say he's going to take it as a possibility if you reinstate his friendship. And the eighth advice says, if you talk to him again, you will be just giving green light to try to make a move on you again. Don't do it. If you respect yourself, your boyfriend, and relationship, don't have contact with your neighbor ever again. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.